Alu, what is our fifth main topic today?
Topic number 5 comes to us from Imran, who says, in an interview with THR, Big Papa Zaslav went into great lengths about the future of WBD and DC. He said that Gunn and Safran are nearing the end of the journey in mapping out the DCU films for the next 10 years. But what stood out the most in this article is that he said he will eventually only have one Batman in the DC universe. Does that mean Affleck is back? Does this mean Keaton is our DCU Batman? Will it be Robert Patttinson? It's all really confusing. What do you make of his comments?
All right, thanks a lot for saying that in. And yeah, listen, a big question is going around about what's DC going to look like in a few years? Because right now, for the first time ever, DC has its own studio. They've never had it before. They've always just made DC films under the Warner Brothers Pictures banner before. They would never had the advantage that Marvel has had of having their own dedicated studio that was just dedicated to making Marvel films. They have that now. David Zaslav gave them that. And they gave them a couple of incredible leaders with Peter Safran and, of course, the guy I love, James Gunn, being in there running that. It's an incredibly positive step for the future of DC films in and of itself. Now, David Zaslav was asked about, okay, tell us a little bit about your hopes for the future of DC. And it sounds like DC is going to become a more unified place under James Gunn. This comes to us from The Wrap, who wrote the following. Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav teased future plans for DC films on Tuesday under the tutelage of newly installed CEOs James Gunn and Peter Safran. And reading between the lines, it sure sounds like the multiverse is not going to be a key part moving forward. Thank God! Anyway, sorry. I think, said Zaslav, over the next few years, you're going to see a lot of growth and opportunity around DC. There's not going to be 4 Batmans, as David Zaslav said. And so part of our strategy is to drive the hell out of DC, which James and Peter are going to do. I think they've thrilled the fans. I think they're going to thrill you over a period of time. Okay. So one of the first things I think we need to point out here about Zaslav's comments is that he does not say there's only going to be one Batman. Let's be clear. I mean, that might be the implied message. That could be the implied message. But he just said, look, we are not going to have a cinematic slate of films that are just going to all be all over the place. We're not going to have 4 Batmen running around because a lot of people speculated that. A lot of people think we're going to have the Robert Patttinson Batman running around. We're going to have Ben Affleck running around. We're going to have Michael Keaton Batman running around, and we're going to get a 4th because that's been a big theory. We're going to get a 4th Batman that's going to kind of be a main thing, or all these Batman. What he did say is, look, we're creating a unified vision here. And he goes on to talk a lot about Marvel. I mean, Zaslav heaps a lot of praise on Kevin Feige and Marvel and what they did over there and with their philosophical approach, saying, hey, listen, you need one guy in charge. You need one person in charge that has the vision. And that is something that Warner Brothers prior to now always got wrong with DC. They always had committees of 10 and 11 people. And they say that, who just left again? Hamada.
Oh, Walter Hamada.
Yeah. Walter Hamada. So, he's going to be it. But then you found out that no, Hamada just got relegated to just one seat.
He was never given an opportunity to do anything.
And he wasn't even the head of that committee, right? This committee that had 7 or 8 people. And then remember for a while they said, well, Ben Affleck's going to have this. And then they said, this guy's going to have, just all over the place. He believes one guy. So they got James Gunn being the creative visionary of it, Peter Safran being kind of the head of the production part of stuff. It's given them a lot of benefits. So he talks about we're going to have one unified vision moving forward. He didn't say one Batman. I mean, we could still have 2, but he said we're not going to have 4 Batman running around, all this kind of stuff. This thought that the Flash movie is just going to open up the multiverse and we're going to have 15 different cyborgs and 12 different Aquamen and all this. We're going to have a unified vision. Now, that doesn't mean they're not going to do something that they've had a lot of success with, which is a few one-offs. Joker made $1 billion, won Academy Awards. The Batman was clearly a big success. I think they're probably still going to do that. But I think the article is right. I think it looks like they're going to try to erase multiverse stuff, get more into a streamlined story, tell some one-off stories, yes, but I think this sounds really good to me. Rob, you read David Zaslav's comments. What do you take away from them?
Well, I think what David Zaslav has done, what he's done is he's put 2 guys. He's got one guy who's a producer, takes care of the money. He's got another creative visionary, puts this team in place and gives them a new studio. So DC Studios is a new entity, and DC Studios is going to start, I think, fresh, anew. They're going to do what they want to do. This does not mean that Matt Reeves can't make a Batman trilogy.
That's right.
I think he can.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
That's right, Matt.
No.
And as long as those movies make money, and I think James Gunn's going to be the first person to say, Matt Reeves, you go, boy. You go make your 3 movies. Todd Phillips, you go do Joker. If Folle Do is great, you make Joker 3. That doesn't affect our business. Shazam, Fury of the Gods, all that. Aquaman 2, Kingdom of James Wan. Hey, if that Aquaman movie makes a lot of money, we'll make a 3rd one. They're going to end that. They're going to start, and you know what? The more I think about it, it wouldn't surprise me if they're going to make either one more Aquaman movie. If it makes another $1 billion and it's great, they'll make a 3rd one. They'll end it there. Momoa will play Lobo. They are going to start again. They are going to start. They're going to start, and they're going to keep whatever they want to keep. Maybe they want to keep Momoa as Aquaman. They can do that. They're going to move forward and create a unified for the next 10 years. Whatever's been working, they might keep Shazam. They might keep Black Adam. They're going to maybe keep Henry Cavill. Why not? Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. They're great. But they're going to reshape them into whatever their vision is. Because so far it's been visionless. But I think they know their plan. Zaslav's like, here's our plan. Because that's what he wants. Wouldn't you, as the head of a studio, you hire these 2 guys. Okay, guys, I don't want to wait a year. Why are we waiting a year? You know what you want to do. I expect what we're going to do next month. That's why you're hired. You know, they don't have to sit around and go, I don't know. You think James Gunn ever goes, I don't know? No.
Well, and listen, and there's no, while it is true that James Gunn and Peter Safran officially took the reins of this newly minted DC Studios on November 1st. I guarantee you they've known about this for 3 months.
And
minimum,
they've been
that
plotting.
they have been planning this for months and months and months.
And you think that James Gunn, when he was making Suicide Squad, did not come up with plans? Well, if I ran the DC universe, and maybe I will, here's what I would do. And that's what their whole presentation was. I mean, you've already got the guy who's already producing in Peter Safran already doing. He's got Shazam and Aquaman coming out, you know. So he already knows what's up. I think this is a great move. I'm excited. I just hope people. Here's the thing, I don't care about the DC universe. I'm gonna now think about DC. I want to see just great movies.
Yeah,
I want to
agree.
see the Suicide Squad. I want to see the Peacemaker. Do I care if they intertwine? No. I want to see them. Give me great movies.
And listen, winning cures everything. That's ultimately what it's about. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? How do you interpret David Zaslav's comments here about, you know, the unification of the overall thing? How does that bode for like some standalone movies? Not for Batman. Probably means that Michael Keaton isn't going to be Batman for long. He's probably going to appear in a couple of things and then not appear in others. I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave those thoughts there. We want to take a moment and thank a sponsor of today's video, HelloFresh. Guys, my wife Ann and I love using HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. When you subscribe to HelloFresh, you can check Save Money off of your fall to-do list. HelloFresh is 25% cheaper than takeout and even less expensive than grocery shopping too. And HelloFresh works with your ever-changing schedule. Plans are flexible and you can choose your meals for the week, update your preferences, or change your delivery day all in the HelloFresh app. Now, you know Ann and I are both working professionals, so when it comes to dinner time, it can be a bit of a challenge. We don't really have time to cook and we don't want to eat out all the time. And that's why HelloFresh comes through so clutch for us. Not only do we get to eat delicious, nutritious food, but Ann and I both have a lot of fun getting to cook together, following the easy-to-follow steps in getting the meals made. So go to HelloFresh.com/Campea65 and use the code Campea65 for 65% off plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/Campea65 using the code Campea65 for 65% off plus free shipping.